vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to another vidIQ user training where I'm going to show you how you can level up your YouTube channel. Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining us wherever you are from around the world. Always awesome to have you guys right here joining our channel, joining our chats and allowing us to kind of teach you and help you level up your YouTube channel. So let's start with introduction. My name is Liron Segev. I am the Director of Customer Success here at vidIQ. And basically what that means is it's my job to help you understand YouTube, understand what you need to do with your YouTube channel so you can get to that very next milestone. Now, a couple of very important things to remember. It's first, a lot of us at vidIQ are actual content creators ourselves. We all have our individual channels. I happen to have a technology channel, for example. And what that means is that we understand the frustrations that you guys go through because we're going through them. We understand that it takes hours and hours and hours to shoot a video, to edit a video, to get it onto YouTube, and then just to have a couple of views, if any. We understand the frustration of putting all this time and effort and seeing other channels doing so well and you think you have better content, but why is your channel not actually growing? So today I'm going to show you what you need to understand, what you need to do, exactly the step-by-step instruction of how you should be approaching your YouTube game. Now, this is live. This isn't pre-recorded. I'm right here, right now. How many fingers? 2 fingers? Okay, right. It's right here, right now, which means that you can ask your questions. If you got any questions, hit them up in the chat. We have moderators. We have Rob. We have Pavel, I think I saw on there as well. We have a lot of our vidIQ team on here, and they're very ready and able to help you. So if I'm covering something that you need more information on, hit us up in the chat. We'll send you some links to check it out and then be able to go deeper into that topic. So this is live. Now, saying it's live also means that I possibly will press the wrong button and maybe I'll mute my audio again. I don't know. Anything could happen on these live training, but we're here for you. And that's the message, is that we're here to understand what you're going through so that you know how to take those steps to remedy wherever you're stuck, whatever you don't think is working. Today, I'm going to show you how to get way beyond that. So with that in mind, let us get going. Grab your notepad, piece of paper and pen, or iPad, whichever century you're living in, and let's get you started on this YouTube journey. So I'm going to show you everything I do to be able to, from zero, before I shoot a video, till afterwards, and everything that vidIQ has to offer. So let me ask you this question. If you go into your cupboard right now, and you just put up a whole bunch of random things into a big bucket, and then you shake it up and you stir it away. What are the odds of chocolate cake coming out of that? Pretty zero, right? Well, the same way with YouTube. What we do on YouTube is, and we're all guilty of this, what we do is we go out onto YouTube, we pick up a camera, we film, come back, edit, hopefully got something newsworthy, splice it all together, give it a title, a description, and some tags, press the upload button, and then do this. And then we hope. And then we get really disappointed when no chocolate cake comes out of it. It's not yummy and delicious, and everybody's clicking and wanting to know about your video. Well, that's the same thing as going to the cupboard and randomly pulling stuff into a bucket and hoping for the best. But what happens if you did it the other way? What happens before you picked up your camera? You actually had a recipe. And before you made your chocolate cake, you actually went and knew exactly which ingredients to buy. And then you mixed them in a certain format. And then what are the odds of that coming out to be chocolate cake? Pretty good, right? Same thing with your video. I am going to show you everything you need to do in order to get your video to be that success, in order to understand how YouTube works, in order to get into those algorithms. It's not about randomly shoving things together, but there is a process. There's a reason for this madness that we call YouTube. So YouTube is made up of 3 Ds. It's made up of discovery, then it's deliverability, and then it's distribution. And here is what I mean by that. With D for discovery means the most amazing content, unless you title it correctly, unless you help YouTube understand about your most amazing content, you're just not going to come up in search. And if you don't come up in search, well, nobody's going to see your amazing content. Remember, YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. It's all about going into YouTube and asking those questions. You want to marry your video with those search intent. And we'll go into this a little bit deeper just now. The next thing is for deliverability. So once YouTube says, okay, audience, you need to watch this video, once you watch it, it's up to you as the creator to hook people in, deliver amazing content, and then people are going to subscribe and watch. And not only that, they're going to go to the last D, which is distribute. You've seen often when people say, hey, you've got to watch this new creator. Hey, you've got to watch this video. It's amazing. That's distribution. And when you get distribution is when things really, really kind of kick off. But nothing really happens until you have the first D, being discovered. So let's go into that. Let me show you what you need to do to be able to get into that non-chocolate cake area and actually do something with a purpose. So I'm going to push a button. Hopefully this works. No issues. Let's make sure that that's all going. And we're going to go into browse. Now, hopefully you should be able to see. There we go. Okay, cool. Everything's popped up beautifully. Let's double check. Yeah, okay, we're looking good. So over here we have YouTube. The way that you need to approach YouTube is, number one, is with research in mind. So let's do this. Let's go into YouTube and let's talk about, well, we're at chocolate cake. Here is our chocolate cake. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search for the big term. My video is going to be about making chocolate cake. Before I go into the details, let's do the research. Chocolate cake. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a couple of things. On the right hand side, I'm using the vidIQ tool, where here I'm looking for the volume, the search volume. In other words, is it on the green? Is it on the left side of the graph? Are lots of people searching for the term chocolate cake? There's really no point in making a video nobody's searching for. So this is going to tell you, look, this is exciting. A lot of people are into this. A lot of people are looking for this. That's why it's nice and green. But look underneath that. You've got something called the competition score. And competition score is in the red. What does that mean? It means that a lot of people are searching, but also there's a lot of competition. There are a lot of people out there who are looking for this, who are delivering content for this search volume. So lots of people are searching, but lots of competition. Lots of people are delivering content for this search term. I also look at the top here. Highest views, 37 million views on chocolate cake. Odds of you ranking right above those 37 million views and being right at the top with such a high competition is pretty low. So what's the trick? The trick here is to get specific. The trick here is to get into the research. So let's go into our chocolate cake at the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use YouTube's own algorithm, YouTube's own system of autocomplete to be able to help me craft my video. Remember, I haven't picked up the camera yet. This is still research. So first thing I do is I put A. Then I put B. Then we have C. See what I'm doing? I'm going through the alphabet. And every time I'm putting a letter in, YouTube's automatically completing the thinking, what am I actually asking for? So if I do something like chocolate cake from scratch, it means that so many people have already searched YouTube and have searched for that term from scratch, chocolate cake from scratch. YouTube is helping me, saying, hey, we know what you're looking for. You're looking for that topic. How does this help you as a creator? Well, if YouTube is auto-completing those for you, it means that YouTube is saying enough people are searching for it, for this phrase, then this gives you a hint of what type of video you should be doing. How should you be titling your video? Because if you're going to make a chocolate cake from scratch, you have more opportunity to hit your video with an audience that's currently searching for that term. YouTube has just told you that. Use it to your advantage. So let's just say oh, look, another one. Chocolate cake for birthday, for beginners, for kids. So if I was making a chocolate cake video, I would maybe say, instead of making chocolate cake full stop, I would say how to make chocolate cake for kids. And the word how is very important because remember, YouTube, second largest search engine. Don't forget, just like you're doing the A, B, C, D walkthrough at the end, don't forget to go to the beginning of your keyword And remember, it's a search engine. How chocolate cake is made. How to make a chocolate cake at home. What an amazing title. How to make a chocolate cake at home in 5 easy steps. Bang. Right? How? What? Where? Okay. Now remember, it's not always going to mix up. A word's not always going to resonate exactly with your key search. So don't be fine. That's okay. And then kind of what? So you can easily see I'm using YouTube's own algorithm to help me with my video. Again, if I just went out and filmed a chocolate cake in my kitchen and how to make it, it will do okay. But if I'm going to make the ultimate chocolate cake for beginners in 5 easy steps, I've just mashed up a whole bunch of search terms that people are actively searching for. So YouTube says, oh, I have a video for this, and helps serve up your video to that audience. So hopefully that makes sense. As we go further down on the right hand side, what we're going to see is, besides our beautiful vidIQ search score, remember, search volume, ideally you want it in the green. Competition score, ideally you want it as far left as humanly possible, as far into the green as possible, which means high search volume, low competition, and that's beautiful, and that's gold. Then further down, we even show you the related search queries. What are people searching for, maybe around the world on YouTube and on Google, and then top search words. It already exposes the top keywords. You don't have to do any of this work. We've done this for you. And then some trending videos. We'll get onto that shortly. So let me use another example. Let's just do, I don't know, Windows 10, right? Windows 10, the operating system. Okay, now I am looking at this and I'm saying immediately, step number 1, what's the search volume? If there's no search volume, not going to make it. High search volume. Oh, but look at that beautiful competition score. It's kind of in the middle-ish, which means I have a good opportunity to actually capture some of that even this far late in the game. Let's go into one of the videos and let's see what that shows me. What can we learn from one of our competitors? Again, I want to be clear here. If there's one thing that you're going to learn from today, if there's one change, oh, did that pause? Yeah. If there's one change you're going to make today, pause. There we go. Right. If there's one change you're going to make today from this session is do not pick up the camera before you do this. Always stop, do that research, and then go ahead and shoot. It's just going to change your world. Instead of guessing what people want, you know what people want, and you can deliver that content. So now that I've seen this video, what other hints can I get to understand whether this is a good topic or not? Should I be wasting my time with this? So on the right hand side, look over here, we have this little graph called historical. Very underutilized. It is beautiful. Click on graph and look at that. Bang, look at those views. Now, we have very big believers in understanding historical trends so that we can predict the future trends. I want to know what's working. If this is a topic that's absolutely dead, why would I want to spend time making that video? If nobody cares about this, why would I want to make time making that video? Maybe it used to be relevant, not relevant anymore. All of those are clues that we're looking for. So this gives you that trajectory showing you it's still relevant today. And there's a whole host of information about this. Remember, this is your competitor. This is the video that you're going up against. So you want to understand their world. How long was that video? This is quite long, 17 minutes. How many views did it get? What was the score like? What was the engagement like? Did they promote it on Reddit? Did they do any external promotion for this video? All of these are the clues you want. And you want to understand, did they use titles, tags, descriptions? How do they do there? And look at their video tags that they used on this video. Look how beautifully they're ranking for this video. Number 1, number 1, number 1, number 2. They have done an amazing job. Great. You can do an amazing job because we've just exposed all that for you. And you can simply use that to your advantage. So historical trends, very important. And there's one term that I'm going to be mentioning. It's called VPH, views per hour. And I think it's a good point to mention it here. When you have a video, one thing that's critical is to understand, is it working today? In other words, we can all agree that the iPhone, 4 was amazing years ago. Is it still relevant today? Probably not as much as it was when it first launched. When something new comes out, the search volume is through the roof and the views are through the roof. But then as the next thing comes, this dies down and the next thing picks up. So you want to always look for the term called views per hour, velocity. It is very, very important. I want to know what's working today because that's going to determine the kind of videos that I'm going to make. So I'm going to show you how you can see all of that on your channel and when you're doing the research. Because remember, we're still in the D. We're still in the discoverability mode right now. So we've got a whole host of information. Now we know which video is going to work. We have done our research. We have looked at their thumbnails. We have looked at their titles. We now know that, hey, I've got a good opportunity to rank because I know I've done my alphabet walkthrough. I know what my title is going to be. And in fact, I normally go ahead and type 3, 4, 5 different titles for my video before I pick up the camera. But once I'm ready, I now laser focused on what I need to do to make that video amazing. So next thing I'm going to show you, we're here in the edit mode. You know the screen well. This is where you upload your video. The number one most important thing is the title. YouTube is constantly changing and YouTube is constantly giving us information about what's relevant, what isn't relevant, what's less relevant, what's more relevant. The title is critical. We know thumbnails are critical, but for YouTube is the title. So I'm going to show you this. Let me show you how we do it. Title, how to grow your channel fast in 2019. Look at this. The first line of our description is what? Is doubling down on that title. How to grow your YouTube channel fast in 2019. And our tags. Look at our tags. How to grow your YouTube channel fast 2019. It's the triple keyword approach. You put your keywords in your title, your keywords in your first line or very early on in your description, and then your keywords in your video tags. There's a big misconception out there that video tags no longer matter, or the tags don't matter, keywords don't matter. That's not correct. Maybe video tags by themselves in isolation are less important than they used to be, but using that information together with your description and your title, absolutely critical. YouTube at the end of the day is the search engine. It needs to understand as much information about this video so it could help you improve. It can help you show that video to the right audience. Of course, it needs that kind of information. So please don't make the mistake. I've seen so many people who are simply just ignoring all of this, putting in some 3-line title, hoping YouTube will just do its work. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, so triple keywords, title, description, tags. Now look at this. This is gold. This is absolutely incredible. Love this tool. It's the best time to publish tool. We all want to get that initial velocity. As our video launches, we want more and more people to watch it, sending great signals to YouTube. So we've developed a tool that basically breaks down per day when is the best time for us to post a video. So if I go to Wednesday, I can see I've got a couple of spikes, but around 3 p.m., I can see that it's really, really going well. So maybe I'll post at 2:45 just to get on that upswing. So look at this on your analytics and understand when is the best time for you to post based on your audience, your engagement, your views. It understands all that information. So make sure you post. There's no point in posting something when everyone's going to sleep. It's going to take a long time for people to wake up and actually watch your video. And then by that time, you've lost your initial velocity. The initial momentum is gone. And YouTube is not going to start suggesting your video because it's, well, obviously nobody liked it. Obviously nobody watched it. So why would they suggest it? However, if you can go the other way, and as soon as you launch a video, lots of people are watching, lots of thumbs up, lots of comments, some sharing. Well, those are all the signals YouTube is looking for to say, okay, there's some quality going on here. I'm going to start suggesting this to a different audience, not the subscribers, maybe other audience. Maybe they'll watch it too. The more they watch, the more they like it, the more they share, the more YouTube says, oh, this is definitely a good video, and starts sharing it to a wider audience and a wider audience and a wider audience. Those are the videos that do well. Those are the videos that bring you a ton of subscribers. So understanding velocity, views per hour, and when to launch your video is all make a lot of sense to marrying up your search, your video title with the search volume, and all of these just make that beautiful chocolate cake. Okay, so best time to publish, definitely have a look at that. As we scroll further down, I love this checklist. It's going to tell me, did I miss anything? Did I forget the end screen? Do I forget the cards? Did I not edit to a playlist? It just gives me a little tick box to know that I've done all the right thing to give it the best opportunity that this video can possibly have to be able to kind of rank out there. Now, most people stop there, but don't. Go further down. Look at this. Under your recommended tags, I've got a world of tags that I could be using. And I've got something called videos to gain views from. Now, let me explain what this is. YouTube doesn't work in isolation. It knows that most of us, when we're searching, it knows that most of us are going to be searching and watching more than one video at a time. Why? That's just the way we do it. We know when we go and we buying the new, I don't know, the new iPhone, the new Samsung, the new whatever. You're not going to watch one video and make a buying decision, whip out a credit card and go buy it. You're going to watch 2, 3, 4, 5 different reviews so that until you feel confident that you're making the right choice. By saying videos to gain views from, we're saying to YouTube, hey YouTube, I've done a content along the same thing that this person has done content. Don't you want to marry our videos together? Because we're kind of doing the same thing, right? So what we do is we look here and we say, okay, what tags have they exposed in their video? What tags did they actually use in their video? And we're going to try and get our videos to be linked up with their videos. Now, it's about relationship. It's about forcing those relationships with YouTube. There's no guarantee. I mean, there's no A, B, C, and therefore YouTube will suggest your videos. YouTube just simply doesn't work that way. But we have to give ourselves the best opportunity to explain to YouTube in the best possible way we can what our video is about and who else in our universe is doing similar stuff so that we could be linked up together. So definitely go and watch this. Now, another cool trick. Let's do something that just happened. Let's look at Valentine's Day. Now you can see as I'm starting to type my tags, the first thing that comes up is the autocomplete. It automatically starts to tell me which tags are going to be ranked higher, more in demand, more in the search volume. So I'm going to say, look, Valentine's and Valentine's Day. Let's click Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, that's my main keyword. Let's go click on Valentine's Day and watch what happens. A window pops up and it says, okay, that's the search volume for Valentine's Day. That's the vidIQ score. These are the related keywords around this particular term. So in other words, if I was making a Valentine's Day video, I would make sure I've got all these terms in my title, tags, and descriptions, or as best as I could. But here's the cool bit. Look at this. Interest over time. Over the last 30 days, from February, I'm going to guess February 14th, somewhere around there, it's been on the downward slope. Would you want to make a video today about Valentine's Day and expect it to get millions of views? I would say probably not. So what do is we go into something called all time. Now look how cool this is. We want to make sure to see if this is something called a tentpole event, and look at those beautiful spikes. Every single year, without fail, around 14th of February, which is when Valentine's Day is, even I know this, around 14th of Feb, those videos just spike. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're in the chocolate cake business, or if you're in the tech world, or if whatever niche you happen to be in, today you should be thinking about 2020 and Valentine's Day, because you know it's going to come up. Look at those trends. Look at those spikes. You know it's going to happen next year. So make sure you make a video. Amazing chocolate cake for Valentine's Day, your other half will love. Okay, then add a date on it, 2019. Okay, it's a bit late for that, but save it for next year, 2020. And guess what happens? In 2021, that video is still relevant. Change the date to 2021, and it's going to be part of that beautiful cycle, the evergreen content. And those are amazing to get. So remember, search for holidays, search for things in your country, because we don't all celebrate the same holidays. If you've got something independent to your country, great. Make sure you make videos about that. Check the historical over time and make content around that. Every year, those things are going to spike. I have videos, evergreen videos from years ago that I know security around Christmas is always a big issue because people are getting scammed. And every year, it just bounces back up again. Every single year. All I've got to do, change the date. Things you need to know, 2020. Change the date. So use the tool. Understand trends. Understand what's important. And then you'll understand how to get your videos into that cycle. So I look at the last 30 days. Is it on the down or is it on the up? If it's something that's on the up, great. Maybe I should make more videos to do that because there's still interest right now. But if it's on the down, like this Valentine's Day is, Well, I'm not really going to waste time at the moment. I'll put it on my to-do list and make sure that I hit it before next year's trend. So hopefully that's pretty clear as well. Okay, we've done all of those. Now let's go look at the tools that you need. You've done your research. You know how to optimize. You know when to post. You know which tags to use. Here's some other cool tips on the left-hand side. There's something called competitors. So under competitors, essentially what competitors are other people doing similar stuff to you. But that was too long, so we just called it competitors. So other people in the world, other people on YouTube, other channels that you like, that are in the same niche, the same space, the same industry that you are, those are your competitors. And here we load a whole bunch of, obviously, our YouTube competitors. We work with a lot of these people, and we want to understand, because remember, it's all about that D for discoverability. It's all about understanding what's working. So what am I looking for when I see this? I'm looking firstly at their thumbnails. What are their thumbnails like? Have they changed up their thumbnails? Is there anything I'm missing out that I need to know? So I can see they've all got a face. Yep, pretty much all of them have a face. Large writing. Okay, this one doesn't. How did that do? See how it jumps out at me? Something different. And I'm looking for their titles. Are their titles long? Are they short? Are they listicles? Look, 7 tips to growing your channel. 7 steps. Okay, those are listicles. 5 signs. Okay, if everyone's doing listicles, maybe I should be doing some listicles as well. And what else can I learn from them? I want to understand what are there. I sort it by 48 hours. I can always sort it by this week, this month, all time. But I always sort it by VPH, views per hour. See this number here? 188 views per hour, 81 views per hour, 74 views per hour. It means that these videos are being watched at the moment. So that is a very, very good signal for me to understand that if those videos are still getting views, it means that it's still relevant. Another cool tip here with competitors, watch for those trends. As soon as you find that people in your competitors, your world, are starting to make a certain type of video, well, that's going to tell you that it's a trend that's brewing and you can get in early on that trend. For example, if everybody in our space was starting to make how to get better on YouTube in 2019, well, we expect that to happen in January. But if I see that happening in December of the previous year, and I see 2 or 3 of my competitors doing that, well, I'm not going to wait till January. I'm going to get in there early. Same thing with your world. If your competitors are starting to make Valentine's Day videos in January, well, don't wait for February to make it, because if they're all doing it already. If people are talking about the latest restaurant, the latest vegan trend, well, if they're talking about that, you should be talking about that, because that is what's hot. That is what people are searching for. Make sure you use this. I live in this tool. I want to understand. I don't want to copy them. I just want to understand what's happening, what's relevant to my audience, so I can do the same here. So that was the competitors tab on the left-hand side. Let's fire up the trend alerts. Speaking of trend alerts, excuse me, have a bit of water here. Trend alerts. Right, we're going to create a new trend and we're going to give it a name. Now, keywords. What trend alert is, it's about us being able to ride those trends. The problem is that most of us only hear about those trends when they're done. We only hear about those trends once it's already a trend. And if it's already a trend, odds are pretty good that it's on the way out. But here's a way for you to get ahead of that curve. So in here, I'm going to say, you know what? There's this thing called Fortnite. You might have heard of it. It's a game. And I want to understand if this search term gets more than 500 views per hour on any video anywhere out there. I want to know about that. I want to know every day. I want to know every 2 days, each week, each month. And it's going to send me a report like this. So now what do? It allows me to keep an eye on my search terms that are relevant in my world. And as soon as I see something getting 500 views per hour, and then getting 1,000 views per hour, and then getting 5,000 views per hour, that's the trend. If you can get in early, and you can get in really, really early when it's still on the 100 to 500, wow, that is just going to rock your world. That will change the way that you do YouTube. You on those cutting edge understanding what's going on and being able to just ride those trends as far as you can see. So really, really powerful. It's a very underutilized feature. This is just beautiful to understanding how you can get ahead of the curve with all these little advantages. So go ahead and create your alerts in here. And depending on your account, you have a limit in this, and it'll be able to advise you every time those search terms hit, every time they start climbing in those views pH, your views per hour. Well, you want to know about that. Okay, as we carry on down, we want to go into something called most viewed. Now, before I click on most viewed, I always have this disclaimer. I should actually have a make a little paper. Disclaimer. This is what's weird and wonderful about YouTube. I have no idea what's going to happen when you click on it. It's just going to show me videos that are currently getting the highest views per hour throughout the whole of YouTube. So hopefully nothing inappropriate comes up here, because you just never know with YouTube. And this is the most viewed. It's sorted per views per hour. And wow, okay. Unsurprisingly, at the very top, it's always kid stuff. 557,000 views per hour on the Toy Story 4 trailer. And just underneath it, 292,000 views per hour on Vlad and Nikita, getting 17.6 million views on this video, which is just wow. So why do I care? I mean, why do I care that they're doing so well? Well, the reason you care is because your most viewed is what's happening on YouTube. What is getting views per hour? Remember, as I said earlier, when you see a video that has got 1 million views, you go, wow, that's impressive. And it really, really is. But you have no idea if that took a day, a month, a year, 5 years. You don't know what the time period, and you don't know if it's still relevant today. And that's why your views per hour is what we really, really kind of are focused about, as you can tell. So the first thing I'm going to do, now that I know what's working on YouTube, great, I can use this as my research. I can go to the right-hand side and say, you know what? Let me put in a term called Fortnite. And I want to understand who's doing well with Fortnite at the moment. How many thousand views per hour are they getting? What are their thumbnails like? What are their titles like? I'm all the time studying other people, studying the YouTube ecosystem. That is what vidIQ brings you. It gives you that real value at a touch of a button just to understand it. Another cool thing that I can do, let me just clear that. This is something that is just wow. Instead of just doing this, go right down to the bottom. You see here, channel subs. I'm saying if I'm in the kid space, for example, I don't want to compete with someone that has got 2.3 million subs, 2.9 million subs, 9.8 million subs. That's ridiculous. So what I can do is go to channel subs at the bottom, and I can say, show me only channels between 10,000 and 100,000. Now it's going to be more towards like my audience. And funny enough, how a channel size, as you can see here, actually doesn't impact the number of views a video can get per hour. So something with a 2.3 million subs actually was getting less views per hour than something with 27,000 subs. So it's about the content itself. Okay. So now that I'm in this realm and it's something between 10 and 100,000 subs, now this starts to make more sense for my universe. And here is where I can start drilling down into the details. Maybe I want to see only things in the auto world because I have a car dealership channel or I review cars. And now I want to see what's happening there. Great. And this is just going to give me all the information I need in the 10 to 100,000 subs kind of category. I can, of course, clear that. In fact, I can go and change that to all, still leave it in auto vehicle, and then let's see kind of what comes up. Let's try understand it. Again, remember I told you about the weird stuff of YouTube? Yeah, okay. How is this related to auto and vehicle? Nobody knows, but this is just the way people classify their material. But here's another cool thing to do. Let's just say I'm in the car reviewing business, or I have a car business, and I'm watching this, and this video is getting Subaru recalls 400,000 cars. Here's what happened. Great title. Could I do something similar to kind of piggyback on the success of this video to force YouTube's relationship with that video to me? So perhaps I could have a reaction video. Perhaps I could have an interview video. What do we think about the Subaru recalling 400,000 cars? Or 10 things you need to know before Subaru recalls 400,000 cars. See how I'm using some of their titles, not all of it, some of their titles, some of their videos together to try and link them up. So I'm trying to jump on their fame that they have and say to YouTube, hey, I've also done a video on the same thing. Now, it's got to fit. It's obviously, if I'm making chocolate cake, I'm not going to say Subaru recalls 400,000 cars, have some cake. Although they might work. So I'm not going to do that because it's going to be clickbaity. People are going to come to my video, see it for a second, and then leave, sending all the wrong signals to YouTube, which is why you never ever clickbait. You never do sub for sub. You never do all those tricks which says to YouTube, hey, something is dodgy going on, because they'll simply go find somebody else. Lots of people are delivering content, regardless of what you have to say. There's another option. That's just the world we live in. So if you're going to do anything sort of dodgy or clickbaity, and YouTube is not going to like that, it's very difficult to bounce back from that. So be very careful about putting PewDiePie into everything, because that's the hottest topic, even though your video has got nothing to do with that. Okay, so that's how we use this most viewed. Watch it all from the top down. Kind of hopefully nothing inappropriate comes up here. Have a look at it. Could you use something here to link it to your videos, and then try and see if you can force some sort of a relationship. Okay. So we've done competitors. We've done trend alerts. We have done most viewed. Now this is just awesome. This is called the channel audit, and this is that second D. It's looking you in the face and saying, hey, did you deliver to your audience? I brought you traffic. I brought you eyeballs. Did you deliver? And the channel audit is going to expose all of that for you unemotionally. We're not going to give you the things you want to see, but it's going to tell you what's going on in your channel. So first thing we look at here, it's how is my channel doing month over month? Am I growing or am I shrinking? How much am I growing by? And I can hover over any of these and get some more information. But the next section is beautiful. It's the content to double down on. And content to double down on is essentially a term for just do more of this. It is working. But again, just way too long. So do more of this. Your audience loves this stuff. The audience wants to see more of this. How do we know? Because look at your views per hour right now. On our beautiful channel, which I hope you've subscribed, it's getting 9,318 views per hour on this video. I mean, Rob has done some amazing job on these. Look at these. So this is really, really pumping. This is the engagement rate. These are the views. These are videos getting me subscribers. And it not only shows me how many subscribers, but it also breaks it down into subscribers per 1,000 views. So I can now quantify and say, okay, this video got X number of subscribers for 1,000 views. What does that mean for me? Now I understand it. What am I looking for here? I am looking for trends. I want to make sure that my channel is all about growing YouTube. If all of a sudden my top videos are nothing related with that, something's wrong. But if my audience is really loving certain kind of videos, I want to make more of them. So let's have a look. Views per hour, engagement, views, subscribers gain, total watch time. YouTube loves watch time because that is an indicator that you've got good quality. You are delivering. You are giving your audience what they want. They are staying and watching your videos. Average watch time, retention, they're loving your stuff. This is the stuff that people are loving on our channels. And does it align with us? So on your channel, when you run this on your channel, if you make chocolate cake and you think your chocolate cakes are amazing, and they probably are, but your audience really loves it when you do barbecue stuff or when you do family vlogging, this will expose all of this. It's going to put all the family vlogging and barbecuing right at the top. And you know what? Your beautiful chocolate cakes might be in a section called content that could use work. In other words, our audience didn't really dig this kind of content. It was the lowest watch time, lowest ratios, lowest retention, lowest views. And in fact, some of these videos are losing us subscribers. What does that mean? Do I panic? No. You have to learn. I look at these videos and I say, okay, was it the wrong format? Was it bad timing? Did we do something that didn't resonate well with our audience? Maybe it's old. Maybe we've got to reshoot it and maybe we've got to update it. So go ahead and learn from all this. So if you're making chocolate cake videos and they're never at the top and they're always at this content that could use work section, it means your audience really, really isn't enjoying your chocolate cake video. I'm sorry to be the first one to tell you this. Go and focus on what they are doing. Or you can say, forget my audience. I'm going to do what I love on YouTube And they love it, they love it, they don't. And that's perfectly fine too. It's all in your own strategy of what you see fit for your channel. So another cool thing here, which people forget, is top search term. What did people do to find our channels? What was the most engaging keywords that got people to kind of get to our videos and then watch those videos? Well, we apparently are the world's #1 in PewDiePie versus T-Series, T-Series versus PewDiePie, and a whole bunch of these search terms. Okay, the beauty of YouTube. So search terms, they're going to give you hints about what you can make more videos of. Robert looks at us every day and he says, okay, well, people are still enjoying our T-Series versus PewDiePie or PewDiePie versus T-Series. What other content can I make by still providing value around those search terms? The second Rob does a video that just simply uses T-Series and PewDiePie's names and provides zero value to our audience, that's going to start tanking. But as long as he's delivering value, this is always going to work, even to an audience who's not maybe a YouTuber themselves. That is the power of this tool, exposing all that. End screen click rates, card click rates. Look at this. We can see instantly polls. People love to vote. People love to vote on stuff. Well, you've got the community tab. You can also run polls. You've got end screens, run some polls. You know, the coolest trick to do is to say, you know, if I was going to make a video about these two topics, I'm going to make both of them anyway. But I'm going to put on my community tab and say, hey guys, which video do you want to see next? A or B? A or B? And people start to vote. And because they voted, I then put out a tweet to say, hey, you voted for this video. It's coming up next. You wanted it. You got it. Guess what? They're going to watch. They were involved in the decision-making process. Involve your community. Use those polls. Again, you'll see how this changes the game for you. As we scroll further down, just certain metrics, what's your description length, your title, your length text, etc. But look at this, items to improve upon. We know that every video should have an end card, end screen with cards, custom thumbnails, added to playlist. Here we can see one has not been added to a playlist. So we can click on that. Without end screen, we can click on that and then make those changes immediately. Again, this is a health check. It is a helicopter view of your channel, of what's working, what isn't working. Whether you like it or not, that's just the way your channel works. Now you can make decisions based on this. That's the beautiful thing. You are empowered now to say, okay, these videos are working, I'm going to do more of those. Those videos are not working, I'm going to have to stay away from them. Maybe I'll introduce them later. Maybe it'll be a different format, but I've got to put them on the back burner because my audience isn't enjoying that content. And when they don't enjoy the content, they tend to leave. So, final thing I will say on channel audit, always cool to do this. Instead of the time frame of 30 days, change it to 90 days. Now, I like 90 days as a secondary view, simply because 90 days is enough of a period to smooth out the highs and the lows. So we have a video that maybe didn't do well, and then maybe we have a video that did exceptionally well. Maybe got picked up, maybe was suggested. So those are the highs and the lows. Over a period of 90 days, it's just going to kind of smooth them all out and going to give you a good, accurate idea of what's working on your channel. But remember, again, and I'm driving you mad with this, but it's views per hour. What is working right now? That is what my audience wants. Let me give them more. That's it. That's the golden secret. So discoverability, we spoke about before. How do you get videos to be found? Now that people have found you, right, deliver that content. Make them want to stay. Make them want to watch more PewDiePie versus T-Series in our case. Okay, so let's get out of this menu. And I want to go into the final one. It is called achievements. And I'm going to have a sip of water quickly. Right, so achievements. Now, I think I updated this machine. Maybe that's why it's taking. Okay, there we go. So achievements. What achievements are essentially your milestones. So when you reach a certain milestone, we reached 250,000 subscribers on 19th of December. We want to tell the world about it, as we should, and as you should. We have some cultures where we want to keep everything bottled up. It's not good to kind of broadcast our achievements. With YouTube, it's the other way around. People love to support winners. They want to see you doing well. They want to be part of your journey where you've gone from, you know, a couple of 100 subscribers and now you're sharing your 1,000 certificate. Because what you can do, click on it. It opens up and there's a certificate that's been generated. I want to see that. I love seeing creators that I've helped going from 1, 2, 3 subscribers, not knowing which way is up, to now crossing 100,000 subscribers. True story, by the way. Now crossing 100. I want to see that. I love that. It's part of their journey. I was part of that. A lot of us were part of it. It's just beautiful to see. So use your achievement, broadcast them to the world so that people kind of can share in the joy with you. So there's lots of achievements. These things like subscribers, when you reach a certain number of views. And by the way, there's a little pointer at the bottom here that says, okay, we're on our way to the next milestone, which is 300,000, and we should reach it by the 25th of the 3rd. So if you haven't subscribed yet, ding, yeah, no, okay, hit the thumbs up and then subscribe button. And here's how we're going to make it to that next milestone. Same thing for you. It's a health check. Hey, how am I doing now? And when am I going to get to that next milestone? I use this almost as a game. I use this for myself to say, okay, I want to hit that next target. So if you go to my channel, I want to hit that next target, and it's telling me it's going to hit it by this date. I think I can beat that clock. And it motivates me to kind of make more content to beat this clock. I don't want to wait till the 25th of the 3rd. I want to get it earlier. Let's work on that. So subscribers, uploads, likes, comments, hours watched, and even underneath here it says top performing months. Which were your top performing months? Where are you today compared to your top performing months? Again, all of these are just motivators, just to kind of say, you can do this. There's eye on target. Here's how you're going to get there. Go ahead and actually hit those milestones. And then, of course, our top performing video. Oh, look, 1 million views. Woo! And it is a PewDiePie T-Series. Okay. So, let's go back into this one more time. Competitors. Just want to be clear. Competitors are people who are doing similar stuff to you in your industry. What are you going to do with competitors? You're going to go and add them. You're going to sort it by views per hour. You're going to keep an eye on what they're doing, keep an eye on their thumbnails, their titles, and then see if there's any trends and then get onto those trends. Trend alerts. As soon as you put those keywords in, it's going to email you and say, hey, this is starting to climb. Heads up. Should you be making content about that? Most viewed. What's weird and wonderful that's happening on YouTube? What's going on YouTube right now? What's happening that maybe you can piggyback on? Maybe it's a great hot topic that it falls beautifully within your channel and you can ride those trends again. Channel audit is your friend. It's going to tell you unemotionally what's going on with your channel. Unemotionally what's working and what isn't working. But then it gives you all the tools so that you can make the stuff even better and serve your audience even more. And then your achievements, well, once you serve your audience, you hit those milestones, and then you want to be able to share that certificate basically with everyone. So those are the ways to use vidIQ. Hopefully you've understood the 3Ds. Being discovered is all about that research. Being discovered is all about getting that content out there in a way that people want to see it. Go to the caption, use autocomplete, and really home in those titles, because that is where you win. That is where the audience finds you, and that's where they see, oh, new content, didn't see this before, let me go push play. Then your second D, deliver that content. Go and look at your most viewed, go look at your channel audit, see what's working on your channel, and just do more of it. Deliver more of that content so that people will love you, they're going to distribute your work, they're going to share it with their friends, and your channel grows and grows and grows. And then you just rock those achievements, and we look forward for you tweeting them, sharing them on Facebook, tag us in so that we could retweet you, because we love to see success when you're there. Hopefully this was useful. It was a bit of a intensive training. About 50 minutes now or so, just going through all the steps. If you just do those steps, if you just make your chocolate cake the correct way, not by grabbing stuff into a bowl and hoping for the best, but by doing that research, following the recipe, following that engagement, following the process, that is how you win. And you just got to get 1% better with every video, 1% better with every video. And that's you slowly, slowly crawling away, and never compare yourself to anyone else, because that's the kiss of death. Don't ever, ever do that. And finally, before we go, in the link, there's a 30-day Boost trial. If anybody's not on Boost and you really want to get all the advantage of everything I've just showed you, go ahead, register for this, get your coupon, get onto the system, and then rock your channel. Try it for 30 days. You'll see what a world of a difference it makes. I personally prefer to film than spend hours doing my research. Now I can push a button, get that research done, so I can go ahead and follow my passion and do my filming. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. You're able to place on that replay. Will still be live. So if you missed anything, obviously go back. Share this with one of your friends, anyone who wants to see this. We do this every single Wednesday. Go to vidIQ.com/webinar and register for the next one. If you're here and you want to hear it again next week, come along. We got space. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching. My name is Liran Segev. We'll see you next time. Cheers.